Good morning, sister. I am here. Today is a coffee day. Only decaf, so I don't get heart palpitations, but it's a very, very cold day. The wind rattling my house is what woke me up, even before my alarm went off. And today I woke up thinking about presents, probably from the wind, gathering my presents to outside my house, and how winter has a way of collecting our presents, or at least asks us to. And this is a really important part of ritual, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about how they intertwine. So I define presents as a gathering of attention, right? So if you imagine you have the light of your attention shining out, and it shines out in all directions, right? On the past, on the future, on this problem over here, on your kids, on your relationship, on food, on where are they? On politics, like your attention in any moment is spread. And presence describes a moment when you've collected all those rays of light and you're beaming it in one direction, right? So you're not paying attention to the 100 things that you could be. You're intentionally collecting your attention and paying attention to whatever you choose to put your presence on. And what's cool about that is that it affords us the opportunity for intimacy. So intimacy happens when you focus that presence on what is real, right? So we could focus our presence on Netflix. I do that plenty. On Facebook, on what, right? That would be focusing on some form of art or expression, or right? There's good things about that. But it's not intimate, right? I wouldn't call that intimacy. What I do call intimacy is when we focus our presence down on what is real. So intimacy with yourself could be focusing your presence, your attention, in on your senses, right? Or on your body, or on observing your thoughts, or anything that shows you the light in you, what's real in you, or the shadow, right? I mean, I think the cure for loneliness, right? I think we all feel pretty lonely, at least this year, right? And intimacy, that's kind of the opposite of loneliness, right? And so winter is asking us to have an intimacy with ourselves that maybe we shy away from. Maybe we shy away from intimacy altogether because before, when we've had our eye on some reality, on what is real, maybe we didn't like what we saw. Maybe we haven't fully processed it, so we're avoiding thinking about it again. Maybe our story leads to shame, or believing there's not enough, right, of whatever it is we need in the world for us, or we're not capable of getting it, whatever it is. So winter, in the solitude and the stillness, it's asking us to not be distracted by all the leaves on all the trees, like in the summer, right? Everything's so gorgeous. There's hundreds of flowers, and you can look at all of them. But that's not the focused intimacy that winter asks of us, right? So in winter, instead of seeing all the beautiful, amazing colors, we notice that everything looks, out my window is tan. There's just like fields of dead grasses, asleep grasses, as I call them. And in winter, I can notice all the shades of tan, which maybe in the summer, right, that wouldn't be what was brought to my attention. So I'm really able to gather my attention and focus on what is real, and I become more intimate with the landscape, right? So we can do that with ourselves. We can do that with the people around us. What ritual does is a tool for bringing this intention to reality. So we're intentionally, through ritual, through having your cup of coffee without scrolling through Facebook, through lighting a candle, through ringing a bell, whatever it is, you're choosing to gather your attention without distraction, right? And you're choosing to not to shy away from intimacy. You're choosing to go there. And you're trusting yourself that no matter what you see, you'll be there for you, right? You can make it. You can face what is real, and you know you have a choice on how to build your own story and heal yourself from anything that makes you wobbly, right? So that's where the magic is, when we can choose to focus our attention and we can look at what's real really intimately, right? In your relationships, isn't intimacy where the magic is? Isn't that like the dream of falling in love? Isn't that the when you're with your kids, the intimacy comes with magic, right? If you let it. So if we avoid the intimacy, we avoid the magic too. So in late winter, choosing ritual, choosing presence, you're choosing to find the magic of the season. And so in these next 50 days, well, they start February 1st, I'll be leading a group of women toward this intimacy, toward this magic, toward this presence through ritual, right? And everyone gets to choose what ritual looks like for them. Ritual should never be boring or weird or too serious or heavy, right? I think sometimes we assume that intimacy is those things. That when we look at what's real, we're just going to notice the heaviness. But just as when you have your relationship with your body, you can notice all the ways that your body hurts, right? They kind of scream at you. You know, my knee hurts today, my shoulder hurts today. I have anxiety flooding around in my stomach. And I should say, we can notice the beauty. We can notice the parts that feel good. We can notice our capability to move, right? All the intimate ways we use our bodies that we can take for granted. And so winter is asking all of this of us. And I think the shying away from all of that, from the intimacy of relationship with yourself and others and the world, right? Shying away from really digging in to what is real and making new choices based on that new awareness. That's the opportunity that we have, and that's where I want to take you. So my new program is called 50 Days of Comfort, because going to these places does not have to be uncomfortable, right? You get to choose, you get to design your ritual, you get to design your mood, you get to design the intention that you bring to this practice, and it can be joyful, and it can be lovely, and it can be magic. So I invite you to check it out. We're going to have daily videos I'll be posting every day in the Facebook group. The Facebook group is going to be filled with women on the same journey as you are, available for that intimacy, available for that presence, and available for sisterhood, because that's where we're aiming. So grab your mug. Here's my mug. And check it out. So circlewithheather.com is my website. I'll post a link below too. We start in 8 days, and I'm inviting you to join me. So I hope to see you there, sister. Aho.